Yo, what is up, guys? You got Kotab here, and before this video gets underway, I would like to say, fuck the Ivory Tower for not giving me the Lotus of Aura, and if you have the Lotus of Aura, I hope bad things happen to you. Um, of course, guys, I really don't mean that, but, I am still a little bit salty about that. If you don't know what happened, check out my last video. But anyway, I'd like to make another announcement in this video. Whoa, I'm just giving all kinds of information out in these videos, man. You might notice something's a little bit different in this video. Don't know what it is? Don't worry. It's not something that's very obvious, but it is something that matters. I'm not using hardcore. If you know me, I've used hardcore the entire duration of this game because, at least in the base game, hardcore driving assist made your car a lot harder to control, hence the name hardcore. It would turn off a lot of the traction control, stability control, ABS, stuff like that, in order to make your car basically as raw as possible. And you might be wondering, well, why would I want this? Well, your car might be a lot harder to handle, but it comes with advantages. Your steering circle will be a lot better. Your feel with the car will be a lot better. You'll be able to actually control your car a lot better if you can handle it. It was basically high risk, high reward. If you were good at handling your car, you would do better in turns than someone with all driving assist. Guaranteed. And if you don't agree with me, tests have been done numerous times. On average, you would do about 3 or 4 seconds faster in any race on hardcore in every single spec, except for, I think, dirt was the only exception. But even then, it was still a second or two faster, but it wasn't as extreme. But anyway, so things have changed. They didn't nerf hardcore per se, but they buffed all driving assist. And basically now, all driving assist doesn't give you the wheel spin penalty that hardcore does. It doesn't give you the understeer penalty anymore. And it makes your car easier to control. So what this means is all driving assist is actually not better performance-wise, but it's actually even with hardcore. You know, if two people of equal skill level or the same person does a race in hardcore and then does a race in all driving assist, they would theoretically perform exactly the same. They would maybe 0.1 or 0.2 seconds off, you know, favoring maybe all driving assist, but basically what this means is there is no performance difference between hardcore and all driving assist. But all driving assist is better, and here's why. In hardcore, your car was hard to handle, but you could perform better. Now that they are both on the same performance level, but all driving assist is easier to handle, it makes it better. Basically, the only reason that why it's better is it's easier to handle your car than it is in hardcore. And am I upset about this? Yes. Personally, I am very upset, because now there's no more that tactical advantage. There's no more of, you know, me and you might be, you know, driving the same car, driving, you know, very similar styles, but I'm in hardcore, so I'm going to handle my car better, so I have to brake less, I can turn better, I can take sharper corners. Therefore, I'll end up beating you, because I took the risk of, you know, having my car handle harder. But now there is not that tactical advantage. Now basically everyone's on the same playing field, which I can understand from a design standpoint why that's a good thing, but I don't agree with it. I honestly liked hardcore having an advantage, but having the disadvantage of it being hard to control, because honestly it was fair. A lot of people who, you know, played the game driving in all driving assist could not drive in hardcore. It made it very difficult for them. So you'd have to learn it. You would have to learn how to handle your car. And even after learning how to handle your car, you could still get unexplained wheel spin from landings, from barely clipping the dirt, which would spin your car out a lot, and it made it honestly kind of frustrating to driving all driving assist, but it also made it, it made it better because I could do that kind of things better. I could turn better than someone with all driving assist, even though their game is easier. Um, so it it really sucks that they changed it like that. I mean, I can understand that they want everyone to be even, but honestly, it's not even anymore. All driving assist is clearly better just because it makes it easier to control your car. And I actually didn't say anything about this race, which I'm terribly sorry. The Mustang. I'm a firm believer in the Mustang. I love this car. Back in the base game, I used to beat people driving Lamborghinis, driving, I believe the McLaren F1 was out during that time when I would use this a lot, and I would actually beat people in it. It's not a bad car, it's just outclassed, which is the case with, I feel, a lot of cars in this game. They're not bad, they're just outclassed. But it's a fun car. I like it a lot. It's easy to control. It's got a little bit of wheel spin, but it's nothing bad. Good turning circle, good nitrous, good downforce. It's just overall a decent car, but unfortunately there's cars that do what it does better. Now we come to this race, and I I've never driven this car before. By the way, these are summit races, and in case you didn't notice, that's why everyone's using the same car. I've never used this car before. The Camaro out, like, in an actual race. I made it, so this is actually my customized car, but I've never upgraded it, and I've never driven it before. Like, maybe I might have driven it like 1 or 2 miles, and that was it. So I was kind of nervous coming into this race, but also very confident because it was just after that last race, and I haven't driven the Mustang recently, and I still did pretty well. And also this guy, what is it, like QK Dr. Flip-Up or something like that? This guy in second place right now using hardcore assist, I might as well just add him on my friends list because I've seen this guy everywhere, man. He's always in a PvP lobby with me lately. I don't know what it is, but this Camaro, it seemed alright. That's all I can really say about the car. It seemed okay. It didn't do bad, but I mean, clearly there are cars that would do better. If there's one thing that this car didn't do well, it's actually its straight line speed, which is weird for a muscle car to have that kind of problem. But its turn circle was actually pretty good. It didn't have too much wheel spin. Its nitrous was decent, and its overall handling was pretty planted. It seemed to do very well, even in the rain. But for whatever reason, its acceleration and its top speed just seemed really low. And I know it's street spec and it's not supposed to be that high, but even for street spec, it just did not seem that great. Like, I felt like in the, I could have been up to 120 in the skyline by the time I took that corner, and I was only at 90 when I got there in this. But the summit this time around it seems a lot better. The races provided are definitely better than the ones in the major summit, because I really didn't like the PvP races there. But we have Proving Grounds, we have this race, which I'm very happy with. There's also the Circuit Spec one with the Viper. I don't like the Viper. It just slips all over the place, man. It's like a slip and slide every time you're driving that thing. I don't know why. I don't remember it being that bad before, but whenever I'm like above 150 in that thing, whenever I just go to make a slight turn, it just kind of slips around and like it's on ice or something. It's crazy. So I don't really like that one. The Jansmite raid, that one's alright, but I have noticed that the Raptor kind of glitches out on whenever you're exiting the grass and onto the road. It's like the curb is higher than what it actually is, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. So if you're not expecting it, then it's gonna mess you up. But I'm pretty happy with the Summit qualifier this time around, and I'm really hoping that in the main Summit they're giving away the Zonda next, because I really love that car. As I said in my my last commentary, the Zonda is definitely gonna be one of my favorite cars. But this race is coming to a close. I did pretty well in both of these races. I can't really explain why, because in the other race these guys were doing pretty well and keeping up with me. But I guess I just I drove well in both of these races. That's all I can really say. And yeah, all driving assist, it sucks that hardcore is no longer relevant, but from now on you'll see that I am actually going to be using all driving assist. And my dog just like sighed or something. What's wrong, buddy? He's laying here next to me and he's just like, oh. But thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. I'd love to see you guys' support on these videos. I'm having a blast playing the Crew Wild Run, and I am having a pretty fun time commentating and giving you guys some insight, and I'm really hoping I'm entertaining as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.